Hello YouTube Shroomies. We are now day 5 of the server and 4th day playing. It is just right after reset and you can see I'm already at Abyss 4 3-1 where I'm kind of stuck on the boss a little bit. I have pretty much all legendary gear, 3 pieces of immortal, and I still haven't found a piece to upgrade my shoes yet. Now yesterday the mounts did unlock on day 4 and I didn't bother to do a video on it because at this point, I really want to cover the mounts once the parking wars unlock on day 10. It's okay to go ahead and use whatever clockwinder you manage to find and, get it to level 10. It gives you a little bit of stats, but in the grand scheme of things, you could in theory save those 100 or so for the upcoming rush event. Rush event is usually, I think, day 8 or 9 once the server starts. You're on a completely different schedule than everybody else when new servers start for the first month set of trials. And you want to save those because it does take a lot of gems, and early on you can't accumulate gems as easily simply because the sources to get gem mostly is from the molten ruin, the molten the molten ruin. Right now you can see I'm only earning about 94 gems, but as you progress, like I'm well over stage 100 plus, and you're easily getting, I think, close to 300 gems per. And of course, by that time you get multiple keys. Your parking will give you additional keys too. So you have tons of keys every day, and gem income will be a lot easier. And of course, you will be able to get a lot of these keys from the Chrono Tower as well. Right now I'm only getting 4 keys times 2 for each stage finished. And when you're well over 100 stages, you're easily getting like 60 70 keys per run, and again you get more keys throughout the day, so easily getting like 700 clock wonders a day is or even 1,000 a day might not be like beyond the expectation here. But at the beginning it's really slow, so yes, your very first one you might not even be able to finish your 320 for 4 stages of Mount Rush, but later on you shouldn't have any problem saving up to 3,000 to finish the event each time. So mounts give you a ton of boost. Getting to stage 4 and stage 5 at this point in the game will give you a huge boost, and you can wait until the Mount Rush day to do that. You also unlock Empower, and it's pretty rare to get these. You will get them through Cloud Ascension Trial. This is probably the majority of the place you get them. The other one is from your parking mount rewards. You might see it in the cross arena. So this unlocks day 7. We'll talk about it on day 7. But your mount basically, is a huge source of power up, and these advanced mounts, they get unlocked. These are pay to win mounts, and you get them usually through a rolling event. Once we have them on this server, I will make sure I cover it in a video. But for the most part, as a free-to-play player, you will definitely be able to go through, every single tier mount, stopping in tier 7. This is roughly where free-to-play tend to stop. This will be attainable probably about 3 months of gameplay as a free-to-play, and then it is still the same mount when you get to tier 8. But going from 7 to 8 will probably take you almost half a year of saving. All right, so that's kind of all on the mount. StarArray unlocks on day 5, and this is the part I think was a little bit confusing for a lot of players, myself included. So how do you get StarArray? First is getting from hero draws, and here is where your daily quests give you pack coin. You're like, well, how do I convert it? You actually click over here. I'm not sure if exchange button gives you the same option, but nope, this is where you get a lot of extra shards and conversions. So you're like, where do I get my draw tickets? You actually just click here, and you click on the ticket part. This is the place where you convert these, and it's every 200 gives you a pack token. So let's go for every first 10 draws on this account, and let's see what we get. Okay, come on, please give me at least a SR. Wow, I got 2 heroes so far. Make that 3 SR. Okay, so it will be a while before we get something decent. That's okay. This is where I'll maybe put in a quick plug. There is a battle pass here for this, and you can only get this battle pass once. And I think if you miss out on it after the first month, you can't even get it afterwards. So once this feature unlocks, there's the Star Hero Pass. This is where you can get a ton of draws from the Battle Pass for only $10. Otherwise, there's no real other place for you to get this. And well, unless you spend a lot more money. So value-wise, this is going to be a lot cheaper, and you also get Nature's Keeper from it, which is a really nice card to give you critical rate as a passive. And of course, you can unlock the $1 one. It'll give you a fewer number of cards, but it will also give you some tickets in between. So as you buy these through Aptoide, you will find that it's actually cheaper than $10. And of course, you're also getting credit back for you to use in your future purchase. So for example, if I bought it here for the $1 pack, I can actually use my Aptoide balance to pay for this. And you know, if you are using Aptoide, if you want to get Aptoide, all the information in the description below. Once you go into Aptoide, this is kind of in the App Store. You have a ton of other games you can download, and for all of these different games, they're linked with AppCoin, so that you can earn up to additional on these purchases. All right, and of course, once you install it, you do need your AppCoin wallet. So your AppCoin wallet, you want to make sure that you go into your rewards, and here's your promo code Gandolf for an extra 5% on all your in-game purchases for Legend of Mushroom. All right, back to our regular content. So that's the StarArray event. Now, once you go to the StarArray, you'll realize you have a primary hero and 2 supporting hero. Now, here, if I use the main one, I need to make sure all of the supporting ones here are also passive. And luckily enough here, I've actually managed to get all of them on passive. Now, sometimes these will say active or it will say shield. What's really important to make sure that is when I deploy my StarArray, all of them have to either say passive, okay, passive, or all of them have to say active, or all of them will have to say shield for it to work. Otherwise, the support skills won't work because it says when it releases the main passive skill, right? So I won't be able to use any of these passive skills until you know the main skill is released. So if this one's active, it will only apply the active, but the passive supports will not work. Now, all of the star heroes give you some basic stats on it, so extra copies of it will boost. And you can use extra copies to raise the star level of it. There's a couple of cards that you're looking for. So we go back to hero details. So for example, obviously this one will be really good for Beastmasters. I see a lot of Beastmaster in our server already. So 3 random pals gang. You want to aim for this one. Could look really good because you're doing extra damage based to the enemy's HP, but it's the current HP, it's not the max HP, so it's actually not as good as you think. This one is okay for AoE based on max damage, might be okay for a warrior. The best one people use this the most often is actually the lamp one, because passively you can open your lamp faster and you get 5% extra magic lamp from the assault magic lamp dungeon, which is a huge win. If you want to purchase it outright, it's $50 in the shop as well. You can get it for free to play, like on all my accounts that previously. Eventually, you'll be able to get it. Here, this one is okay as an active skill for mages as well. So when you use it, it reduces damage resistance for 5 seconds. Down here, there's a couple ones that are really good to be worth noting for. So for example, like this one's really good for Archer, for example. It will boost your attack speed at the beginning, and you can use it with your passive heroes. Some of the blue ones are really good, like the 2 that I'm actually using right now. Like Nature Spirit is super good. Increase every crit has a 5. By releasing the main passive skill, you get 5% extra crit rate. Crit rate is very hard to get. So I'll show more different star arrays, but for the most part, star arrays, the key thing to remember is always to make sure that your star arrays are aligned in terms of the effect. All active or all passive or all shield, otherwise it doesn't work. Now, don't forget to use your developing array. you can deploy them. So for example here, now I'm able to get more modeling points, and I also get 12 extra capacity to my pickaxe. So look out for the additional bonus. These are like permanent effects. You can put up to 4 of them, not exceeding a cost of 8. So star arrays are really useful. And of course, they can be used around for different passives. So here now, you can see as soon as the battle starts, every basic attack deals additional of the current single target counter damage. Not ideal, but at least I will now gain effect of increased boss damage and additional final defense until the battle ends. So hopefully with this, I'm able to tank the boss just a tiny little bit better. And let's see if I get closer in this fight. And unfortunately I do not. So, it will be a while. I will wait for a couple of days. My lamp is still upgrading. So tomorrow I will be able to open more lamps, and I'll come back stronger. And in a couple of days I'll also be able to upgrade this, and hopefully I will be able to push past. I know a lot of people get stuck on Dragon just because it's a range boss. At this point in the game, we don't have a lot of really good options. But I also hope, as I unlock a few more relics, I can get the damage immunity relic, which is going to help me cycle my skill a little bit better, and it will really help me with some of the more annoying bosses like this one. Because at this point, a lot of time I'm going to run into situations where the boss is going to hit you very hard. Simply using heals and shields, you're taking up 2 skill slots, and you're not going to be able to really heal enough through it. You know what? I just realized maybe I could beat it. I don't have the right. I'm still using the setup from stage 1 earlier. So let's give that a try now. And here I just want to make sure I am using the right set of pets. And now because I have both shield and heal, I think I got just barely enough. Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. So hopefully, tomorrow easily I should be able to beat it. By the way, these 2 events are on, so make sure that you go in here, go do your daily Monopoly rolls. In this shop, you will find, some additional clockwinder keys, 100 of them. That's going to be really helpful for you. Early on, I actually spent a lot of my tokens buying gold because early on, getting those additional lamp levels help you progress so much. And to be able to get to a higher lamp level to be able to get better quality of gear. Early on, like every one of these tier jumps is huge in terms of boosting your base stats and helping you just get further along, get more lamps, and just keeps rolling forward like that. With that, I hope this was really helpful for you, explaining, the star array and as well as the mounts. And I will catch you in the next video when probably cross server unlocks. And I think day 6 something is supposed to unlock tomorrow as well. Okay, so artifacts unlock tomorrow, right? And we're going to be able to get hammers for these artifacts. So here again in this shop, like you want to be probably picking up some of these divine hammers as well. Again, early on, they don't take a lot to level up. You get it, I think, at level 21. But when you go to the... that's why it's super important to save for the mounts, because the Mount Rush events give you like 2,000 hammers for every stage complete. So that's why you want to try to make sure you get 3,200 clock tokens for it. Now, if you're a low spender, it should be pretty easy to get that because you can, I think the cheapest deal is actually in your level fund. Here you get a ton of gems for just $11 for it. And that should help you make you really, really close to the... I think close to 10, a little bit over 100,000 gems, plus some of the keys you're going to be able to save up. You should be able to hit 8,000, and 8,000 should get you really close to level 21, I believe, for the artifact right away. All right, I'll see you either tomorrow or the day after when we get a little bit more progression on this account. But you can see this game relatively at the beginning. It is very free-to-play friendly. You can definitely get a lot of the draws. I'm also working on a mid-game guide. I'll be sure to add it to this series as well, so that you get a sense for mid-game progression, because at some point you will kind of feel like you're hitting a paywall, But really, compared to most games, that paywall is a lot smaller compared to many other games. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. Gandolf out.